10. It's hard to believe that we're already to the 10th week of the semester, and I do want to let you know, even though I've been a little bit quieter doing videos on here, I'm really enjoying reviewing all of your speeches and your video journals, and I'm honestly just very impressed with the effort and the thought that you've put into your assignments this year. I know it's really, really difficult in this new virtual environment that we're facing with, especially when it comes to something as public speech, where I ask you to reflect and talk to a camera as if you're talking to an audience. I understand it's really not an easy feat, but I do want you all to know that I'm very impressed with the work you've done so far. This week we are moving into one of the most, I personally enjoy this lesson the most when we're in the classroom because it causes a lot of discussion. So I moved it towards the end of the semester because I really wanted to just kind of get a feel for how virtual teaching and a virtual class would be, and how can we still get that same quality out of our discussion. So this week is all about cultural communication and diversity. I think it's really cool too that this chapter always seems to show up in the time of the semester where something is happening. When I taught this class last fall, it happened right at the same time that we had all of those racial graffiti incidents on campus. And I actually always taught in Fulton Hall, and it actually happened the night that I was teaching class in there. And of course we had no clue. And we didn't know about it until we got the email. So it really just gave us a time to pause and think. With today being the day after Election Day, I think cultural communication and diversity is a really prevalent topic of what we're seeing in the news, what we're feeling, and I really hope that even though we're virtual, we can still get that same sort of discussion going. So I want you to go ahead and read chapter 6 before starting the main discussion activity for this. And I want to, even though, you know, we have a lot going on in the media and the news right now that has to do with culture, chapter 6 really focuses on, you know, the differences between culture and how can we communicate, how can we value the differences and diversities in people's minds, and also learning cool things about different cultures. So I really hope that you find the fun in this as well, because this is truly one of my favorite chapters. We're going to work this week out a little different though. So instead of me lecturing and doing different videos and screencasts on this, I'm going to open this up into a big discussion. So I'm going to have a discussion board below. I want each of you to read chapter 6 and find one thing in there. It could be one of the bolded words or a title of a chapter that you find really interesting, or like the sub-chapters in there that you find interesting. I want you to find one of those that really sticks out at you, and I want you to go and do a little bit more research on it. Figure out how this is relevant in 2020. Any personal experiences that you can put in there that you feel comfortable sharing to help enrich this discussion would be great. And the platform for the discussion is going to be a discussion board, but instead of recording a video, I'm going to ask each of you to make a short Spark video. So last week I posted a quick video that showed you how to use Spark Video and said we'd be using it next week. So that's what we're going to be doing. I made a Spark video for this class for my introduction slide when I introduced myself. Basically, Adobe Spark is free. It's a way to put thoughts, visuals, sound, and writing all together into one. Your video does not need to be very long. I would say, less than 2 minutes. Anything around like a minute is fine. And I want you to just teach the class whatever you want to teach that has to do with chapter 6. So for example, I know there's a thing about gender differences in different countries. So maybe I find that really interesting. So I do a little bit more research and I find some differences that I want to share with the class. Maybe find some pictures or a short video clip that I can stick in there, whatever it might be. But I want you to explain your topic to the class as if they haven't read the book. This is something really important when it comes to giving speeches, because I always say, you'll see me on my comments and stuff, could someone that has no previous knowledge understand what you're talking about? So that's what I want you to think about when you're doing this discussion. Treat it as if no one else has read this chapter, even though I expect that you will all do it. I also do want to point out, And I mentioned this before, I can see who reads, and unfortunately there's actually only been 2 people that have been reading this semester. So if I don't see that you've read your digital textbook, then what is going to happen is there's going to be a quiz on this chapter next week. If I see everyone who does it or everyone who does read from it, I'm not going to give that person a quiz. So just make sure you read the chapter. It's going to be more imperative for this lesson anyway, because you have to read the chapter in order to pick your topic and go with that. So how I'm going to work this discussion, I'm going to put this in the explanation for the discussion, is I'm going to give you guys all until Sunday night at midnight to make an initial discussion post. So that means to post your Spark video. Then on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I want you to watch other people's Spark videos and comment on at least 3 other people's videos. I want these comments to be more substantial than, oh, I really like your video, or this was really cool. Give me a little substance. Start the discussion going. So again, I'll put that in writing, but your initial post, I want you to try to do it before Sunday at midnight, and then go back on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and that's your time to really look at all of them and discuss. Again, just make sure you're watching all of them, because this is how you're getting the information from it. I'll also look and see if there's any topics that aren't, if no one picks like a certain topic that I think is really important to the chapter, I'll go ahead and I'll post my little snippet of a lecture on that part too, just so you're not missing any of the meats of that chapter. But yeah, that is going to be your only assignment for this week. So it's read chapter 6, make your initial discussion post, and then start the discussion. Like I said, this is such a fun discussion to do in class, so I really want you to get the benefit out of it by watching other videos and discussing with each other. So that is all I have for this week. I hope you guys are all doing well and taking care of yourself. I know as I'm recording this the day after the election that there's a lot of anxiety going on all over campus, and I want you to know that your thoughts are valid. No matter what side you are on, who you voted for, please know that your thoughts are valid, and if you do need someone to talk to as you process what is coming up in the next couple days, please don't be afraid to reach out. I'm here to talk. And I also know aside from the election, we are at week 10 of the semester. So it is, it's getting to that point where we're prepping for finals and we're finishing all our assignments. So it's a very stressful time. So please make sure you're taking care of yourself. You're sleeping, you're eating, you're drinking lots of water, getting out there and moving your body. Please, please, please take care of yourself. You are important. And you got this. You're going to get through the rest of the semester. So please let me know if you need anything, and I'll talk to you next week.